Dallas, 12:29 p.m. Jacqueline Kennedy is sitting next to her husband in a pink suit. In less than a minute, that suit will be covered in blood. The sun was bright, the sky completely clear, and thousands of people filled the streets just to see the president. Families stood shoulder to shoulder, some holding cameras, others lifting their children to get a better view. People were smiling, waving, and leaning forward with excitement as the motorcade slowly moved through the city. Nothing felt dangerous, nothing felt unusual, because in less than 6 seconds, everything would collapse. The people who were there would remember one thing clearly. It didn't feel like danger at first. It felt like confusion. And by the time they understood what was really happening, it was already too late. The man in that car was John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States. At just 46 years old, he was one of the youngest leaders in American history. He was one of the most visible leaders in the world. Many people believed he represented a new direction for the country, something modern and different. But not everyone saw him that way. Dallas at that time was known for political tension. Just days before the visit, there were protests and open criticism. Some people in the city strongly opposed him. Despite this, the trip was not cancelled, and there was one more decision that made this moment even more dangerous. Kennedy was riding in an open-top limousine. No roof, no bulletproof glass, nothing between him and the crowd. It was meant to show confidence. Instead, it removed every layer of protection. That made him not just visible, but predictable. The route through Dallas was planned in advance. It went straight through the city centre, where buildings stood close to the road on both sides. One of them was a 6-story warehouse, the Texas School Book Depository. From the outside, it looked completely ordinary, just another building in the city. But its position made it different. From the upper floors, you had a clear view of the street below. No obstacles, no barriers, just a direct line of sight to the passing motorcade. As the cars approached Dealey Plaza, something important happened. The limousine slowed down to around 18 kilometers per hour. At that speed, the president was not just visible, he was exposed. And from above, the distance to the car was about 70 meters. For someone trained, that's not a difficult shot. Everything about this moment looked normal from the street, but from the right position, it looked like an opportunity. Inside the limousine, everything still felt calm and controlled. Kennedy was smiling, relaxed and confident. He waved naturally to the crowd, making eye contact with people as if this was just another routine appearance. Beside him sat his wife, also smiling, responding to the energy of the people around them. Nothing inside that car suggested danger. The atmosphere was almost casual. Around them, thousands of people were focused on one thing: the president. Cameras flashed constantly. People leaned forward, trying to capture the moment, trying to remember it. But while everyone was looking at the same direction, no one was looking up. No one was watching the windows above. No one was scanning the buildings that surrounded the route, and that created something dangerous, a perfect blind spot, a moment where all attention moved toward visibility, while the real threat remained completely unnoticed, only seconds away. And above them, on the 6th floor, behind stacked boxes, a rifle is already aimed at the road, waiting. A sharp crack, not loud, but unnatural. It echoes across Dealey Plaza, reflecting off concrete and glass. The noise is loud, but not instantly recognized as a gunshot. For a brief moment, the crowd hesitates. People turn their heads slowly, trying to locate the source. Some think it's a firecracker, others assume it's a car backfiring. In 1963, that sound was not immediately associated with danger. That hesitation lasts only a second or two, but it matters. because during that time, no one is reacting with urgency. No one is moving to protect. No one is taking cover in a coordinated way. The brain is trying to understand instead of respond. And while that confusion spreads through the crowd, the attack is already in progress. Then comes the second shot, and this time, everything changes. The sound is sharper, more defined, and clearly directional. It doesn't blend into the environment anymore, it stands out. People begin to realize this is not random noise, this is intentional. Panic starts instantly. People start screaming now, not confused anymore, terrified. People duck low, some drop to the ground, others run without a clear direction. There is no coordination, no clear escape path. Everyone reacts differently at the same time. The most dangerous part is uncertainty. The distance between the shooter and the car is estimated at around 70 meters. From that position, the attacker has a clear line of sight, while the crowd has none. People look toward buildings, windows, rooftops, but they still don't know where the threat is coming from, and that makes every second worse. Then comes the third shot, the one that defines everything. By now, there is no confusion left. The sound is unmistakable. This is a targeted attack. The timing between the shots becomes clear later. The entire sequence lasts about 5 to 6 seconds. 3 shots in rapid succession. From the shooter's position on the 6th floor, the angle is direct and unobstructed. The car is still moving slowly, following the curve of the road, making it an easier target than anyone realized in that moment. There is no time to react properly, no time to understand what is happening in full, only a sudden shift from normal to irreversible. This is the point where everything changes. Inside the car, panic explodes. Jacqueline Kennedy suddenly climbs onto the back of the car, not to escape, but to reach something behind her, a moment captured on film and replayed for decades. There is no recovery from this moment, and everyone present will remember this exact moment as the second when the day stopped being normal. Behind the limousine, a Secret Service agent reacts immediately. He sees enough to understand. This is an attack. Without waiting for orders, he jumps off the follow-up car and starts running toward the president's vehicle. His reaction is fast, but the distance matters. Every step takes time. He reaches the car while it is still moving, grabs onto the side, pulls himself up using momentum and force. This moment is captured on film and later becomes one of the most analysed sequences in history. At the same time, the driver accelerates hard. The car begins to speed away from Dealey Plaza. The goal is simple: get out of the open area as fast as possible. But by this point, those critical seconds are already gone, and nothing can reverse what just happened. The limousine arrives at Parkland Hospital within minutes. Doctors are already waiting. The situation is immediately treated as critical. Medical staff move fast, working under extreme pressure. There is no time for hesitation, no time for discussion, only action. The president is taken inside and the doors close behind him. Outside, the atmosphere changes completely. What was once a public event is now a controlled emergency. Inside the hospital, every second counts, but the reality is already becoming clear. Despite all efforts, the damage is too severe. The injuries cannot be reversed. Not long after, the official announcement begins to spread. The President of the United States is dead. The words move across the country faster than anyone expected. And for millions of people, it doesn't feel real yet. At 1 p.m., the official time is recorded. While the country is still trying to process the shock, the investigation moves fast. Multiple witnesses report seeing a man on the upper floors of the Texas School Book Depository, a figure near a window positioned directly above the motorcade route. This detail becomes critical almost immediately. Police focus on that building and begin searching it within minutes. Inside, they find a rifle. The location matches the angle and distance of the shots, around 70 metres from the street below. Within hours, a suspect is identified: Lee Harvey Oswald, a 24-year-old former US Marine trained in marksmanship. He had previously defected to the Soviet Union and later returned to the United States. His background already raised questions before this day. Police locate him quickly and take him into custody. At this point, it seems like the case is moving toward clear answers. But there is one problem. This story should be over by now. And it isn't. Live television, cameras rolling, no cuts. 2 days later, it happens again. Oswald is being transferred through the basement of the Dallas Police Headquarters. The area is full of officers, reporters, and cameras. This is not a hidden moment. It is being broadcast live. Everything should be controlled. But it isn't. As Oswald is moved through the crowd, a man suddenly steps forward from just a few meters away. No warning, no time to react. A handgun appears and a single shot is fired at close range. The entire moment happens in seconds, and it is captured on camera. The attacker is later identified as Jack Ruby, a local nightclub owner. In one instant, the only person who could fully explain the assassination is gone. No trial, no full testimony, and just like that, the chance for clear answers disappears. After that moment, the story never fully settles. Official investigations begin quickly. The Warren Commission later concludes that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. But not everyone accepts that conclusion. Too many details seem inconsistent. Too many questions remain without clear answers. How did one person fire 3 shots in about 5 to 6 seconds with that level of accuracy? Why was the motorcade route allowed to pass through such a vulnerable area, surrounded by tall buildings and open windows? And how was the main suspect able to be killed just 2 days later inside a police-controlled environment? Over time, this event becomes more than a historical tragedy. It becomes one of the most debated cases in modern history. Even decades later, people continue to analyse footage, reports, and witness statements. Because November 22, 1963 didn't just change a country, it created a mystery that still hasn't been fully resolved. So what do you think? Was it really just one man, or something more?